This week in Missouri Politics Daily. I'm Scott Faughn, your host. Big show today. We are announcing right here at the top, we have a roast. It's always the Monday before veto session, the night before veto session. Each year we roast a person in Missouri politics. We try to incorporate a good cause in it. We have a good time. Republicans, Democrats, people of all political stripes, all over central Missouri and all over the state, really, come together. We have a few laughs, and we always want to have a guest of honor that is someone that can take it and dish it out. And I think we've accomplished that this year. The featured guest at the roast this year will be the president of the Missouri State Senate, Cindy O'Loughlin. Senator, thank you so much for playing a part of our games here.
Yes, I'm kind of scared about it, but
I don't believe that. And I'll tell you why. Because you came to one, I think we roasted Patterson one year. Yeah. And you came and you were very good and you delivered and it looked like you enjoyed it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I thought that's the kind of person you want to tell jokes about. Although we will not have Thalhuber this year because the year he did it got, by the end it was only me and Rizzo that were laughing. So he took it a little far. But we always try to incorporate a charity in. What is the charity you've selected for this year?
So we have a women's shelter in Moberly, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. But it's a shelter where women with children who've experienced violence at home and, just they don't have a safe place to go. Mm-hmm. And so they can come to the shelter, bring their children. I've visited them, a few times, and, they're really doing great work there, and they could really use support.
And it's, I believe that the charity that you'd sent me is called Safe Passage, correct?
Correct. That's right.
I knew there was one of these called Haven House in Poplar Bluff.
Yes.
And it was a very similar thing, and they did some of, number one, what a great thing to do, but two, boy, the heartbreaking stories that they could tell you. It was Miss Allen that ran it, and you really are helping people that need help.
And when you walk in the front door and it's obvious that they're making a dime go as far as it can go, and they don't have anything extra, and the people that work there, the last time I visited, I went in the office and the desk is about to collapse, and just, they're pouring their heart and soul into this, and it's really a worthy cause.
Well, we appreciate you letting us tell a few jokes, and hopefully we'll be able to send them a little money to help their cause. Yeah. I'm excited about this because, oftentimes, like John Patterson was funny, but really I think the people telling the jokes about John might have been funnier. I'm not sure that when you get to come up and just say what's on your mind and tell jokes, that you might close this out better than I'm anticipating, better than the people telling the jokes.
Well, I've sat and tried to think about what people are going to say about me. I can't really even come up with a real long list.
I know. So. Aaron talked about this. Aaron said, who do you think should have the guts to go tell jokes about her? And I'm like, and so as we've been, I've been
putting me on the spot.
Well, you did. You were like, I'm not sure who's really gonna, and I think that's gonna be funny. But I do think it's going to be much easier to tell a joke about you than come in and actually confront you on something serious.
Well,
because you have a good sense of humor.
I do.
I do think people might be skittish to tell a joke, to come hard, but not.
I'm going to volunteer somebody.
Who?
A former senator and president of AFL-CIO, Jake Hummel. I think I'm throwing him in the ring there. I'm throwing Jake in the ring.
Honestly, any other year he would just tell. He's funny, but would he tell biting jokes? This year he might actually have some biting jokes to tell. He's got that Irish charm, but maybe not this year.
He's well practiced. Mary Berry just retired. I'm throwing it out there. He's going to kill me.
Hummel's funny.
Jake and I have a convoluted relationship. We like each other. We didn't manage to get everything to work just right this year.
It was overwhelmingly positive until maybe 2 months ago, right?
You're right.
I thought it was a very good relationship.
It is.
I'm sure it will be again.
I like him, and I think we always try to find common ground, but we just.
And you know what? If he goes on too long, we'll just PQ him.
Right. Yes, because we know how to do that now.
All right. There is something that I think people in politics, the natural instinct of a politician is do nothing. or to blame someone else.
Right.
You dove into something, and so Stephanie Bell, I was doing this Columbia radio show that you do sometimes, and she brought up a point. He goes, "Is this normal? Does this normally happen? Does a person
say, hey, you know what's happening here? Is there something I can do to help you reach resolution?" People are going to listen. If I just came in off the street and gave them a call, they would totally ignore me. So I think sometimes when you get in a position of power, maybe you try to use that to think about what's my next step, but I try to think about issues for people. And this was a big issue.
And I credit Anthem a lot here. I mean, I would say, about 10% of the issues that come to the Senate are handled in committee. The House is very committee-oriented because it's so big, as we members. But in the Senate, most